Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Shane Burns Toast, and today we are back ranking something that I've actually been looking forward to for a while because my taste is always controversial, but especially when it comes to TV shows. Yeah, I've got some TV shows here. I've got a whole tier list. There is a whole bunch of TV shows on this list that I'll be so real with you. I don't know, never watched. I kid you not. Um, you see where Strange Things is, right? All the shows after that I have never watched, or I've seen a few episodes of and thought it was like, or just like never continued it. So yeah. So let's get it started off with Peaky Blinders. Okay, I have no idea what happened there. But yeah, kicking things off with Peaky Blinders. The show itself was alright. I don't think it's as good as everyone says it was. I think it's like a 6 out of 10 show. It's like, I know that's very controversial, maybe 6.5, 7 at a push. But for me, this show was really good, just not as good as everyone else says it was. Tommy Shelby, I think, is one of the best written characters in the last like decade. But yeah, this show is alright. There isn't too much to say about this show. I'm gonna go ahead and put this show up in great. Huh? No, it's good, bro. It's very good. Leave it alone. No. Come into the. There you go. Finally. Okay. Yeah. Peaky Blinders, an amazing show. I don't think there's a single bad thing you can really say about it. It's just not really my kind of show, which is weird because usually it is my kind of show, but this one in particular wasn't my kind of show. Moving on, we're going to Gotham. Now again, very controversial opinion. I enjoyed this show, kind of. It had parts which were like way too boring for me. And I hated the part where they just didn't let Bruce Wayne become Batman until literally like a few seconds left of the show. Like he was basically Batman for the end credits, you know what I mean? I think that we should have had that looked into more, where he works with the GCPD. Especially with the detective in his what's the detective's name? I forgot the detective's name. I literally watched it like 2 years ago. But yeah, this show was good. There isn't actually anything bad I can say about this show. Jerome Velasco was played by a character I really by an actor I really love. Cameron McGonagall. Cameron McGonagall. That's what I'm going to call him because I don't know what his name is. Cameron McGonagall. How do you say his name? Please drop a link in, drop a comment in the belows because I don't know how to talk. But yeah, with Gotham, for me, it was a good show. I just don't think it was great or anything. It was like, it was a good show. It was there. I'm gonna put it in meh. It was alright. It was an alright show. Actually, no, I'm gonna change meh to alright. Alrighty then. Anyway. Okay, yeah, we get it. Okay, moving on to a very controversial pick. I'm never gonna beat the gay allegations after this one. This is Pretty Little Liars. Now, for me, Pretty Little Liars is in my top 15 shows, if not then my top 10. The acting in it was sometimes a bit, is a bit off. But the twists and stuff in this show and the characters in it, they were, especially like the people going against the liars, they were absolutely amazing. It is such a well-written show despite the plot holes and certain parts of it, like Troian Bellisario's British accent. Yeah, we don't talk about that. But yeah, if you watch this show start to finish, you will know, right, that it's not just a like drama chick flick. It's actually really good. And I know that sounds funny coming from the guy doing this with his hands and talking like James Marriott, but I promise you, if you have not watched this show and you like thrillers, you should definitely watch it. It has one of the best plots I have ever seen in any TV show. The characters in it have crazy IQ, especially the A's in it. Basically, the A's are the villains. I'm not going to give away the plot because it basically give away the show. But basically, there's this really smart person who goes after this girl's friends who goes missing. But yeah, the villains in this show are absolutely outrageously amazing. It's like, I'm not going to give away too much because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's going to watch it, because I promise you it is a canon event. Right, for anyone who watches it, it is a mind-boggling, absolute uplifting experience, right? The second A, so not the first one, not the last one, the second one, chef's kiss. She is one of the smartest villains of all time. Now, you know what? I'm going to say it. She's the most underrated villain of all time. Right? If you know who I'm talking about, if you've watched the show, the second A, you know, most underrated character of all time. Not underrated character, underrated villain. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and for me, this show is an absolute masterpiece. Now, there's certain parts of it that, you know, grind my gears, like the constant spin-offs and the fact that Emily and Allison ended up breaking up. Not breaking up, sorry, getting a divorce. That killed me inside. But yeah, moving on. Okay, US Shameless. For me, the UK one wasn't very entertaining. But the US one is like, I don't usually enjoy shows like that. But for me, US Shameless is absolutely amazing. It never got boring, ever. I kid you not. There isn't a single part from season 1 to season 11. It never got boring. It was always consistent. It always had something to keep you going. Oh my god. You know, it made you want to watch the next episode. I actually stayed up until 5 AM in the morning before watching this show, which is kind of atrocious, but I got way too engrossed. So, yeah. There isn't anything much I can actually say about this show. It's just absolutely amazing. So, for that, personally, for me, Shameless US goes up in the masterpiece category. Okay, moving on. You. Now, I love this show. I absolutely adore this show. And I actually want to talk about it real quick. Basically, for anyone who hasn't watched the show, skip to the next one because I might give some spoilers here. But basically, You, from season 1 till 3, was absolutely goated. It was an amazing show. It stuck true to what it was until season 4. Now, don't get me wrong, season 4 was absolutely amazing. It just didn't feel like the show You. You know what I mean? It's like, it felt like a whole new show. You know, it felt like what's his name? Hugh Humphreys from Gossip Girl, who he plays. Feels like him if you got more murderistic, that isn't even a word. If you got more murderous and got further into journalism. That's how it feels. With the whole twist, finding out that he is Reese Montrose. Amazing twist. You know, it was peak for me. Personally, it was peak. But it wasn't good in the sense of it being You. If it was any other show, or they made a show dedicated to that season 4 plot, it would have been good. But from the way that they're leading it on now, I don't think that they're going to finish it. Because season 5 is the last season. And I am pushing out bricks because I'm terrified that they're going to screw up the next season. Very, very scared. But yeah, as I said, season 4, goated. It just didn't feel like You. If it was in any other show, it would have been fine. But You, it didn't fit. Joe came out of his comfort far too much. He started hanging around with famous people. That's just weird. For me, right, if season 4 went... let me explain why I'm putting it in nearly a masterpiece. For me, stop a second. If they didn't make season 4 the way that they did, it would have been a masterpiece. But I guess after 3 seasons of him basically doing the same thing in a different font, I guess they had to switch it up kind of thing. But that does not excuse it at all. I'm praying that in the next season, they kill off Joe. And have, like, Love kill him off, or Beck. I'm hoping that he hallucinated killing Love. Because that plot twist would have been insane. Like the way he imagined Reese I'd love for him to have imagined all them scenarios of him killing Love and covering up everything. But yeah, moving on. We are on to Suits. I actually haven't watched this whole show. I've watched like 10, 11 episodes, and that's just when they're on TV or when, you know, I see them on Netflix. I'm like, oh yeah, I fancy watch. You know, I'll watch it. But for me, I haven't really watched it, so it's alright. It's probably way better than I'm imagining. It definitely goes in front of Gotham. It's probably way better than I'm imagining. It's just because I haven't watched it all the way through. I don't know. So, okay. Now, here is a show I never expected to love and adore with all of my heart. Breaking Bad. Now, for me, if you know me... Oh, don't you dare disrespect my absolute dilf Bryan Cranston like that. Now, we ain't even got to explain why we're going to put it inside of Masterpiece, you know. The characters were amazing. Do I even have to explain Jesse Pinkman? Come on, goated character. You know, Walter's transformation into Heisenberg, the cinematography, you know, the other characters, the music, the ambience of the whole show. Bro, this show didn't have a single thing wrong with it, right? Which is incredibly, incredibly rare, right? You watch this show, I guarantee you cannot come up with one fault. Not one fault. Maybe a few plot holes, right? But the plot holes are what make it fun. So, I think this is the only show in the whole world that is down to the T perfect. Just my opinion. It isn't my favourite show of all time. It's definitely in the top 3. But out of all the shows in the world, it is the most perfect show in the world, I guarantee you. If you're about my age and you haven't watched Breaking Bad yet, please do. It is so vital that you do. It is absolutely amazing. I was never into any of this like drug lord stuff until like Top Boy. But that's different, you know what I mean? I was never into this kind of, you know, thing, you know, like the cartel and stuff. Oh my god, it is amazing. It's perfect. I kid you not, perfect. Okay, okay, moving on to another AMC produced series. We got The Walking Dead. Now, for me personally, I think that The Walking Dead it's not a masterpiece. I know so many people are going to come for me for saying that. But The Walking Dead is almost a masterpiece. It got boring in certain segments, but then as soon as it started to get boring, it had like a real... Don't you dare disrespect my absolute dilf. What's his name? Now let me explain why I'm putting it inside of almost a masterpiece, right? It had a 10 out of 10 villain, Negan, obviously. You know, the show, whenever it got boring, it'd automatically get better within like 1 or 2 episodes. Like, for me, the most boring it got was the hospital. And even then, that wasn't too boring. You know, they recovered it quick with the Carol and Daryl missions going into Atlanta. You know, what was going on back home. You know, this show, absolutely amazing. For me, I honestly thought that I'd enjoy The Walking Dead more than Breaking Bad, but I genuinely didn't. I love The Walking Dead. I think it is like, it's a 9.5 out of 10 show, 100%. The worst mistake they did was killing off Chandler Riggs. What's his name in the show? Carl Grimes. Killing off Carl ruined the show, right? Because in the comics, if you've read the comics, you know that Carl becomes an absolute beast. He comes, I kid you not, Rick looks like an angel compared to what Carl becomes in the comics, and they killed him off. Right, that hurts my soul because I actually sound like I was going to cry then. That hurts my soul. Rest in peace, Chandler Riggs. No, I'm joking. Nah, this show had so much potential, especially with Carl Grimes, but they threw it away. Oh, talking of Chandler Riggs, have you guys seen his newest short film, The Spider? That gave me Tusk vibes. Also, if you guys are like below the age of 13, do not watch Tusk. I do not want to get, you know, angry emails from angry Karen mothers that are like, you told my child to go watch this movie. First of all, anyone under the age of 13 shouldn't be watching either of my channels anyway. So, you know, bye-bye. Okay, Teen Wolf. This is where it gets incredibly controversial, right? For me, Teen Wolf, I ain't even got to explain it yet. Teen Wolf is like my comfort show. It's one of two comfort shows. Absolute masterpiece. You know, I'm going to put it in order. Ooh, okay. Okay, that's not the correct order. I enjoy all of them almost the exact same. But Teen Wolf holds a special place in my heart. I don't know what it is, but with Teen Wolf, I've always, like, I felt close to the show, if that makes sense. Like, no matter what, if I was sad or anything, something bad happened, I'd go and watch this show. Either this or another show that I'm going to talk about in a second. I absolutely love every character in this show. It got a bit cheesy sometimes, but what show didn't? It was an absolutely amazing show for me. It probably isn't like a 10 out of 10 god tier masterpiece as I think to everyone else. You know, it had its problems. You know, production wasn't always on top. You know, if you saw some of the CGI, you would know. But the cinematography throughout like season 4, you know, the plot lines with Void Styles, you know, there was never a bad villain. Ever. There was never a bad villain. I think for me, my reasons for it being a god tier show are because of my personal reasons. Like, I'm connected to the show, kind of. Oh, my TV's about to turn off. Let's just, like, there you go, all there. But yeah, I think that the way that I'd explain it, it wouldn't really make sense to anyone else, so I'm just gonna move on. Okay, The Flash. I actually really liked The Flash up until season 7. I thought that it was an absolutely amazing show. You cannot replace Grant Gustin. Don't you dare disrespect Daddy Grant Gustin like that, you absolute divvy. Okay, we'll move that there just so I can quickly move it up. Okay, yeah, great show. I'm going to leave it in great show. It was an amazing show. I think that my two favourite villains were Savitar and Reverse Flash. Reverse Flash was scary, bro. Bro was on demon timing. Then again, so was Savitar. The Scream TV show. Oh, okay. This show was alright for the same reasonings as... For me, it's the same reasonings as You, like season 4. It was great, but it didn't feel like You. Scream, the TV show, is nothing. It correlates nothing to do with the Scream movies. It's a whole different franchise, but still, it's associating it with Scream, even though it has nothing to do with Scream, apart from a slight similarity in the mask, is unreal to me. It was a good show. It was alright. But it had nothing to do with Scream. You know, I watched it thinking, oh my god, there was an add-on. This was when I was first getting into horror properly, like slasher. And I watched it, I was like, oh my god! But, oh, yeah. it wasn't very good sometimes, but then it was okay. It was pretty predictable. Okay, Lucifer. For me, this show is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I might even dare put it in front of You and The Walking Dead. I think that You and The Walking Dead give me the same amount of joy. I think You is a bit more suspenseful and intriguing to me, but this one I watch more for the fun. But then with Lucifer, it's kind of both. So I don't know which one I like more than You or The Walking Dead, but I definitely like Lucifer more than both of those. Okay, oh yeah, I didn't give my reasonings for why I put, Lucifer there. Lucifer, for me, is an amazing show. It's close to being, you know, absolutely masterpiece. But the way that they finished it was god-awful. I think that the way that they ended it, it's sad to say, like, it was all for nothing, basically. Not all for nothing, but, like, viewership-wise. It was all, in the end, like... You know, why did I watch it? It's basically back to square one, but with one of the original people in, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I'm saying? But it is like a 9 out of 10 show. 8.5, 9 out of 10, something like that. Okay, Dexter. I haven't watched too much of Dexter, but the episodes I have watched, oh my god, I was intrigued. I think I've watched like 6 episodes of Dexter, and even when there wasn't much happening, I was like, so what happens next? So yeah, for that reasoning, it is probably like a god tier show, but for me, I haven't watched it much, so I'm gonna have to put it in alright. It's definitely like the best of the alrights though, like for me. Okay, Grey's Anatomy. I haven't watched too much Grey's Anatomy. My mom went on a spree, like watching the whole thing, and I'm gonna have to start hurrying up. I've already been recording for like 23 minutes almost. Yeah, for me, Grey's Anatomy is really good. I don't really usually like doctor shows, but it is really good. Same as Chicago Med. Personally, I like the Chicago Med more than Grey's Anatomy. But yeah, for me, I'm gonna put this alright. I'm definitely gonna put it in front of Scream and Gotham because it was better, to be fair. Okay, Euphoria. Right. This show, you man hate on, right, because it's mostly a girl cast here. And it's like, it's a pretty girly show, right? But if you watched it properly, the actors in it, oh my god, the actors in it were absolutely amazing. Zendaya, amazing performance. Hunter, the hunter person, she did really well. What's the guy that plays Nate Jacobs? I cannot stand his face, but he's an amazing actor. Jacob Elordi, that's the one. Honestly, I think this is a amazing show. Amazing show. And whoever hates on it doesn't even have a valid reason for doing so. Okay, what is this? Okay, you know what? I ain't even got to explain it. The TV show Friends is right there for me, personally. Absolutely amazing. I think that I think that this whole show, it never got boring. It was absolutely amazing. There wasn't a bad episode in the whole show. That is what makes it god tier. Teen Wolf and Friends were my comfort shows since I was like 11. And I'm nearly 17 now. So, yeah, I bet that's actually really weird for the viewers watching. And I got called 13 the other day and I got ID'd trying to buy a monster. I almost pulled out a Glock 40 on the cashier. I kid you not. ID me because you think I'm 13. What do you mean? Nah, but for real though. I look way younger than I actually am. So it comes as such a surprise when people find out my actual age. It's so funny. But yeah, back to the topic in hand. Friends and Teen Wolf for me will forever be my forever soulmates for shows. I'm definitely, and if Carson, if you are watching, I'm making you watch Teen Wolf and Friends with me. I know you don't like Friends, but you're watching it with me. Love you. Anyway, moving on to the next show. Ooh! I forgot about this one. Daredevil. For me, Daredevil, the show. Absolutely, don't you dare put it in, alright, you smelly. It was an for me, it's better than all of these shows. I think it goes for me. Daredevil, Euphoria, Flash, and Peaky Blinders. No. Flash, no. There you go. Daredevil, God's sake. Daredevil, Euphoria, Flash, and then Peaky Blinders. Absolutely amazing shows. Oh my god, we haven't had a not good show today. All the shows that I've done are alright, they're not below alright. Okay, 13 reasons why. Okay, we've reached our first we've reached our first not very good. I watched this show and I was so mind-numbingly bored, I swear to god. Yeah, I'm not going to explain this show. Everyone loves it. I don't really like it. I probably didn't watch it all the way through, or not very good enough, I didn't pay enough attention, but for me, it didn't really intrigue me, so. American Horror Story. I wish I could do this singing as well as Queso. That'd be so funny. Yeah, for me, American Horror Story, absolutely goated, right? There isn't much I can really say, apart from goated show. Season 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8 are all 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, and I mean that hand on heart, right? Hand on heart, I put that on everything I love. I put that on this pack of Skittles that I ate before this video to give me some fuel, right? Absolutely amazing show. Stranger Things. For me, Stranger Things is absolutely amazing. It's just not as good as everyone says it is. I'm going to put it in front of The Flash and Peaky Blinders. You know, I'll put it in front of Euphoria as well. Not because it's... The acting in Euphoria and the storyline was so much better than Stranger Things. But Stranger Things was more enjoyable. I loved how it got darker in the 4th season. I'm hoping that they carry that on and make it like an 18 rated show in the future. Because, oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah, there isn't too much I can say. I don't think it's absolutely amazing like everyone says it is. Like, it's a god tier show. I think it's an absolutely amazing show. It's just not as good as some other shows, so. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is my movie tier. In not very good, we have 13 Reasons Why. In all right, we have Dexter, Suits, Grey's Anatomy, Gotham, and Scream. In They're Great, I have Daredevil, Stranger Things, Euphoria, Flash, and Peaky Blinders. In Almost a Masterpiece, I have Lucifer, You, and The Walking Dead. And in Absolute Masterpieces, 10 out of 10's absolute would smash if they were a human being. We have Teen Wolf, Friends, American Horror Story, Breaking Bad, Pretty Little Liars, and US Shameless. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give you more ideas of some more things to rank in the future. Yeah, this has actually been one of my favourite videos to record ever, actually, I think. Take care, you guys, and peace.